Hi, it's Cindy, that crafting lady. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time here, and welcome back if you are returning. Thank you so much. I have so much that I'd like to share with you. So let's get crafting. Okay, for this project, we're going to use some wood clothespins that I got at Dollar Tree, and they're the mini kind, and some Mod Podge, and some Waverly chalk paint in white. Now, I took the, we're going to use some paintbrushes and my hot glue gun too. I took all of the clothespins apart, and they come apart pretty easy. You just take that little metal clip off. And we'll save those for maybe using them in something else. Never throw anything away. You never know if you're going to use it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the clothespins and kind of put them back together. And you can use, I'm using a hot glue gun. If you don't have one, you can use white glue, wood glue, whatever works for you. But basically you're turning them around so that the outer part is now the inner part. And we're going to make them all like that. We need, I believe I used 8 whole clothespins. I'm not quite sure. We'll figure it out as we go. I don't remember how many I had there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. So there's 8 clothespins there. So we're just putting them all together. And said however you can get them together. Just like that. And one more. There we go. So now that those are all together, what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of glue, again, use whatever you got, at the end of one of the clothespins, and then we're going to snug those two clothespins together. Just like that. And now we're going to add in the rest of the clothespins. So now we basically have made, we're going to make a cross. And then we'll fill in the other 4 quadrants, I guess, with the other 4 clothespins. So there we go. So you put those 4 together, make a little cross, and get rid of all that extra glue. Probably be easier to use wood glue in this project and just take the time to let it dry. So, yep, that's where we're going to put it. Just like that. So put a little bit of glue on it and fit them in. There we go. It's a really simple project. It doesn't take much. I mean, a bag of clothespins at the Dollar Tree is $1, so you can make up a bunch of these ornaments. If you use wood glue or white glue, you could probably do this with the kids, and they'd have a blast with the next part. I can't wait to show you. But it's kind of cool. So there we go. We got like a snowflake going on here, huh? Not bad. Alrighty. So there we go. Last one is all put together. There we go. As I said, if you used white glue or wood glue, you'd probably have to let it dry at this point, but right now it's together for me. All right, so this is part of the Keep It Simple Sunday K.I.S.S challenge that Melissa Makes It DIY hosts every month. And this month, I am the co-host. So Melissa's channel will be linked down in the description box below, along with the playlist for this month's challenge. So make sure that you go to Melissa's channel, check out her video, and check out all the other videos that are in the playlist, because I'm sure you're going to get some great inspiration. All right, so I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in white and just a nice soft brush, and I'm going to basically paint it all over every inch of this little snowflake. So just keep it going. Get it on there. It doesn't really have any rhyme or reason as to where I'm painting at this point. I'm just getting it on there. I set it on a clothespin so it can dry a little bit. And once it's dry, we're going to take the Mod Podge and we're going to basically do the same thing that we did with the white chalk paint and just coat the whole thing with the Mod Podge. And while it's still wet, I'm taking some faux snow that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I am coating the whole thing with faux snow. And I'm adding some Mod Podge as I go because there's a couple spots I missed a little bit, and where I was holding it I definitely missed. So Add our Mod Podge there, and then add the fake snow. And we're getting close to being done with this one. There we go. Add that snow in there. Get it on as much as you want. If you don't have fake snow, you could probably use glitter. Instead of using the Waverly chalk paint in white, you could use a glitter acrylic paint or just a regular white paint, and add snow or add glitter. It's your choice. It's your craft. Do it how you like it. So there we go. And shake off the excess of my glitter there. And get this out of the way. I think it looks pretty cute. What do you think? There you go. Okay. And move that out of the way. And clear things off so I know what's going on. And the next thing I'm going to do is add a ribbon so we can hang it on our tree, our nice little snowflake ornament. So I'm just adding some hot glue here. Again, you could use tacky glue, white glue, anything you've got. It's a very simple project. That's what all these projects are, because it is for Keep It Simple Sunday. So I just set it down. I pushed it in with my end of my paintbrush so that I didn't burn my fingers. But remember, working with hot glue keeps some water around. So if it does, if you do get burned, you can cool it down quickly. All right, so my hanger is on, and I'm going to turn it over. And I have just a little bead somewhere. Where's my bead? I'll clean up first. It's better to keep things clean because then you don't have to worry. But I do have a red bead. Where'd it go? So I'm going to put a little dab of hot glue right in the center of the snowflake. And then I'm going to add my little bead. There we go. And that gives it a nice accent. I think using a blue bead with a blue ribbon would have been cute, or using a white ribbon or anything, and then just adding a little bit of bling. There you go. It's done. And that's what it looks like hanging on my door. But it is hanging on my tree right now, and I absolutely love it. All right, for our next project, I have a little wood round, a piece of cork that I got at Dollar Tree, and just a old spool that I had from some cotton. I got some gold stars that I got at Big Lots, some brown craft paint, and some little hemlock tree pine cones. I absolutely love these pine cones. I have a big hemlock tree in my front yard, and I'm using them all the time. So the first thing that we're going to do is going to just paint our cone with the brown, because that way when we put the pine cones on it, if any of the cone shows through, you can you won't be able to see the cardboard color. You could use one of the cones from the Dollar Tree, one of the styrofoam cones, and paint that brown too so that it doesn't show through. Use whatever you want. I'm just putting it on the base because I've got it. If you don't have a base, you could just do the cone without one. So basically, first thing I'm going to do, though, is add that piece of cork at the bottom so that when I set this on my table, it won't scratch my table. So I'm just putting some E6000. You can use, again, any glue you have will work. I just happen to like E6000 for really permanent things. This is a piece of adhesive cork, but I really want it to stay, so that's why we added the glue. You probably didn't even need to add the glue, but I did. And I just have a little teeny pair of scissors, and I'm just going to cut off that excess cork all the way around. It's not real easy cutting around an irregular shape like this log, but you could use one of the Dollar Tree wood circles that they have as a base. That would work out really well too. And it's not helping that it's not dry yet. But once that E6000 dries, that'll be on there very permanently. I will not be able to get it off unless I sanded it off or something. But we don't want to get it off, so we're good. All right. So that's there. And once the tree is dry, we'll go on to the next step. But before that, I want to put my star together. Now, I bought 2 packages because I wanted to use the biggest star and they only had one big star in silver and one big star in gold, and I wanted a silver star for this. So I'm just going to use the 2 silver stars, and I have all the other stars I can use on other projects. But I got these at Big Lots, and I think I paid $1 for them. So it's almost like being at the Dollar Tree. So I'm just taking these 2 adhesive stickers, basically, and just going to put them back to back. And that's how I'm making the star to put on the top of my pine cone tree. There you go. Line it up and then just mush them together. That's all there is to it. So now I have a double-sided star. Cool. All right, so gotta let that dry. And once that's dry, we can start the next step. So now it's dry. So I'm going to glue the cone to my wood round. And, you know, as I said, you don't really have to do this step. You can not have a base or a different type of base. So there we go. I'm just going to add some hot glue. Again, I could have used E6000 here, or I could have used tacky glue, whatever. So, but I got the glue gun, I might as well use it. And I'm just kind of centering it on the wood round there. And my husband was a sweetheart and cut these wood rounds for me last year. I absolutely love them. All right, and now all we're going to do is put a little glue on to the back side, or the end, the stem end of our pine cone, and stick it on there. And we're going to go all the way around the bottom first, like a loop or a circle around it. So we're going to encircle the bottom of the cone, just like that, one right next to each other, and keep going. So that's why, as I said, once we start going up the cone, if there's any little spaces that you can see in between these imperfectly perfect, beautiful pine cones, we won't be able to see this. The cardboard will just see brown. So that's it. Glue them around. Make one whole row all the way around. There we go. You might have to sneak some in there. Maybe look for a different size, because, you know, they're all different sizes. And once we get one row done, then what we're going to do is go ahead and make another row right on top of that and go all the way up to the top. All right, so let's do that and we'll be back. And there we go. I got it almost all the way finished. So we'll just add the last few of our pine cones there. I love this little tree. It's so cute. I think this tree is going to be with me for a long time. Take it out every year at Christmas time. Although I think this probably could stay out most of the winter and it wouldn't be bad. Well, I guess it does have a star on the top though. All right, so get those in there, push them on, and we're even going to put some on the top. We want to basically cover that whole cone up, because you don't want to be able to see the cone, right? So just kind of fit them in wherever you think you need more pine cones. And here we are. I like that one. I absolutely love these pine cones. I even sent some of these to Teresa B. DIY. She thought they were cute too, but she's also in Florida, so, and I'm up here in Maine. All right, and the last thing is we're going to add our star right to the top. So I'm just going to add a little hot glue on the inner point there, and then glue it right to that last pine cone that I put on. And there we go, our little tree. Oops, get that to stand up there. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes you just got to hold it till it sets. It doesn't take usually too long, but that's it. There is our little tree. I think he's really cute, and it was very simple to do. It took a little time to get the pine cones all glued in, but I did it. And there we added some more glue to keep that in there. Awesome. And we're done. There we go. I think it looks great. Let me know what you guys think, but this is what it looks like when it's all done. I think I did a good job. let me know. And if you try this, make sure you tag me so I can see your projects. Okay, so we are doing another clothespin project. In this project, I'm actually using the regular size clothespins that I also got at the Dollar Tree. And I'm doing basically the same thing that we did in the first project in today's video, and taking all 8 of them apart. And again, I'll save those for, you never know what I'll use them for in the future. So I'm going to do the same thing here, but before I glue them together, I'm going to stain them. And I'm using some, I think, what did I take out? Well, it's just an old washcloth and some rubber gloves because you don't want to get stain and stuff all over your hands. I don't remember what I used, but I love these vinyl gloves, or not, they're not vinyl. They're neoprene gloves because they're latex free, but they work great. And they keep my hands nice and clean. Yep, so I am using Danish oil. I forgot what I used. And I think this is like a walnut color. But if you don't have Danish oil for this project, you can use a stain. You can use some of the chocolate brown paint that I used in the last project and just water it down and make that into a stain. Dollar Tree has some furniture paint markers, furniture repair markers. You could stain the wood with that. There's just so many different ways that that you can make these the color that you want. Now I'm using Danish oil because I'm making a trivet, and I want it to be food safe. Whoa, I got Danish oil everywhere. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we'll get these done. But you can use acrylic paint. You can use whatever you want. I didn't Danish oil the back side of these. I'm only doing the fronts, which was technically the backs, and the sides. I didn't want to Danish oil the backs because we got to glue them together. And so in this case, I'm going to use my hot glue again, but you can use, again, any glue that you have, and that's about it. So let those dry, and once they're dry, we're going to come back, and they are dry, so we're back, and we're going to glue them together, again, just like I did with the other ones, but this time I'm going to use E6000. So I'm just putting a little bit onto a little piece of cardboard that I have here, so I don't have to keep the tube open. And then just a little tongue depressor, a small one, to put some glue on the back. Just like that. There you go. And I'm using that for permanent hold. But I'm also going to use just a dot of the hot glue in a couple spots. Just don't combine them together, because then that won't work. And I'm going to put them together. So now I've got E6000 for permanent hold and hot glue for quick hold. So they'll be all nice and ready to be used when I am ready to use them. So back and forth. There we go. I love being able to speed up my videos. It just, you don't have to sit there and watch me put these all together in real time. I probably could have cut part of this out too, and it wouldn't have mattered. But that's it. We're just doing it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would really appreciate you doing so. It helps my channel grow. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I do upload more videos. And make sure that you click the like button if you liked what you saw here today. Give me some comments in the comment section below, and let me know if there's anything else you want to see, or if what you think of these projects. I love getting feedback, and I try to answer every single one of the comments on my board, because I really want to do what you guys really want to see. So we're going to put them together exactly like we put the snowflake together. So this is really a simple project because we've already done one, right? So E6000 for permanent hold, because this is something that is, it's a trivet, and it's going to be used for a very long time, I hope. And I want that hold to be permanent. but I also want to be able to use it quickly. So that's why I'm using the hot glue. So there we go. We're just putting everything together just like we did the last one. All right, so I'm going to speed this up here because you've already watched me put one of these together. You don't need to watch me put two because it's the same process. But this is definitely going to have a position on my countertop all winter long. A nice snowflake trivet. So let's put this last one in here. And if if you're not using the hot glue for the immediate hold, then you're definitely going to want to let it dry completely before you do this next step. And what I'm doing is I'm using the rest of that cork sheet that I used in the first video, and I am going to remove the backing, and I'm going to attach it to the bottom side of the trivet. So I'm just kind of pushing it down. And as I said, I used glue when I did it underneath the tree, but this time I decided I wasn't going to use glue. And I'm just going to leave that there because there's no sense in wasting the rest of it. And I'll just cut it with my little X-Acto knife. And there we go. And now all I've got to do is trim off all of the excess. So I'm going to get out my self-healing mat. This one I kind of like because it is on like a pivot, so it can turn around. You don't have to turn your project. You can just turn the mat. I like it a lot. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and I am just going to go all the way around inside all those little divots and things and just get rid of all the excess. And again, I used my little speed up feature. And that's all I'm doing. That's it. Clean it up a little bit. Make sure that it's all nice and even on the bottom. There we go. Yeah, not bad. And then I'm just going to sand off any excess. Just using a piece of sandpaper. If you don't have sandpaper, you can use an emery board, anything like that. So we'll just sand it up and get it done. Because, this is going to be on your countertop. You want it to look nice. And this would make a really nice little hostess gift if you're going to someone's house. You can always use a place to set a hot pan and things like that. So I like it. I think it looks really good. And let's see what it looks like here at the end. And there is my completed hot plate or trivet. I love it. Again, it's a great hostess gift, and they're really quick and easy to make. So if you make it, make sure you tag me so I know and I can see what you guys have done with it. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Make sure to check out Melissa's channel and check out the rest of the playlist for all the wonderful ideas that I'm sure you're going to find. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, live fully, love deeply, learn something new every day. Bye.